Hi there. You're welcome to another exciting episode of Graceland on ABS TV. Today we are discussing something very pivotal in relationships, and that is cohabitation before marriage. What exactly is cohabitation, and what does it really carry as consequences and advantages and all that? That is what we are looking at today. My name is Grace Okoli Emmanuel, and with me on the show is Miss Osisioma Hilda. Miss Hilda, you're welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so I would like to find out, what exactly do we mean when we say cohabitation before marriage? What is cohabitation?
Okay, generally, people say that cohabitation is the living together of a man and a woman. Cohabitation means dwelling together of a man and a woman. I use the word dwelling because cohabitation transcends far above just merely living with someone. Cohabitation actually goes further to mean to abide with someone. Now, when you use the word abide, you actually mean to endure, to sustain, to bear consequences of, to conform. And all those words actually show that cohabitation is not just merely living with a person, but dwelling with a person.
Okay, so why exactly do people choose to do this before marriage? Is there a reason why couples decide, I want to live with you before marriage?
Okay, you find out that when people open up their hearts to love, there's a notion that there's a higher drive for companionship and there's a higher drive for communication. And they just try to cohabit to satisfy that drive. Then secondly, you find out that whenever people have fallen in love, there's this idea and there's this mindset of, let me hold the one I have, let me guard him, in order to be sure that even if I don't get someone else, I know I'm already somewhere. That's just a mindset. And then you also find out that some other people cohabit just to test their compatibility with someone, in the means of satisfying their drive for companionship, in the means of satisfying their drive for communication. They try to test their compatibility with the one they love.
All right, so are there psychological or physical effects of cohabitation? Because some researchers I've read about said that some of these relationships might end up having different kinds of quality in the relationship. So are there any effects that cohabitation before marriage really gives to these people?
Yeah, I would say that there are a lot of effects. Going back to the definition I said earlier, you find out that when you cohabit with someone, you dwell with the person. When you dwell with the person, you abide with the person. And when you abide with the person, it now brings a form of conformity, endurance, tolerance, trying to sustain. There's so many things that are involved. Now you find out that because cohabitation is something that should be in marriage, there's already a sense of high level of commitment and it's automatically done. But you find out that when you jump the gun and cohabit before time, there's a strain on your mindset. If you are not satisfied, you find out that you have to be prepared physically, emotionally, and psychologically for a relationship. And such things are only done before marriage. So when couples cohabit before marriage, they're automatically bringing themselves to a point of strain, in the sense that they begin to expect certain things from each other. And from that expectation, if it's not satisfied, the relationship can just end in shambles.
Okay. So but there's this statement that if you don't test the waters, you will not really know who you're going into the relationship with. Why exactly are people supposed to keep away from staying together before marriage? What if you end up getting married and the person you're getting married to is either hot-tempered, or you discover that he's impotent, or you discover many crazy things after marriage when it's already late for you to come out? So what exactly should they do if they are not supposed to cohabit as couples before marriage?
Okay, I would say that generally, why go into something with someone you don't know? That's right. But actually, everything starts from somewhere. That's the major thing. Everything actually starts from somewhere. Now, That's why we have courtship. Let's not forget that we're talking from the context of Christianity here. Now, because we are Christians, we follow the pattern of the Bible. The Bible is our guide. The Bible is our armor, is everything we use to move forward in life. Now, we are made for relationships. That's okay. God made us to enjoy our relationship with each other, our compatibility and everything. But testing the waters is not actually the right word to use. When you meet someone, you begin to progress with that person. And you find that when you stay apart, you can easily detect signs of someone that is not meant for you because you are just being yourself. But when you cohabit, you are naturally in a position to impress that person. You may even see the signs of the person being hot-tempered, impotent, and everything as at that time. But because you're in a position to impress the person, and so that you guys can move on with what you're doing, you find out that you overlook those things and they eventually still come and meet you after the marriage.
Is it also maybe some people cohabit because they don't know what the future holds concerning marriage? I mean, let's just stay, at least whatever comes to it, he will marry me in the end.
Yeah, most people have that mindset. And that's why it all boils down to God. Now, when you understand the love of God for you, you understand that fundamentally, you are meant for love. You are worthy of love. The more you exercise yourself and you fill yourself with the notion that God loves you and you're worthy of love, you find out that you automatically have a value that is already attached to you. That value builds a healthy confidence, a healthy self-esteem. And with that alone, there is no way you will not meet the person that is meant for you. Because you already have a courage, you already have a mindset, you already have what you're looking for. But when you are desperate, when you're obviously just desperate, then you find out that you just get anything goes, and you are more than that. Everybody deserves the chance to give themselves what is meant for them.
Okay, so does it mean that cohabitation is actually maybe stemming from some people's insecurity or a low self-worth or sense of self-esteem?
Yes, I will say that.
Okay. I have also seen a case where some people cohabited and they ended up having children in the process. What exactly are the effects of this, knowing that my parents are not married and in a society that upholds marriage as something honorable? What are the effects that cohabitation before marriage has on the children that are the products of this cohabitation?
You find out that, well, in the 21st century now, most people don't even care. Most people don't even care how everything came about. They even flow with the trend. But then there's always a deeper longing. There's always a deeper drive to understand who you are. Am I an illegitimate child or something like that? And actually, in the long term, it can lower their self-esteem, maybe in their relationship with others. And you find out that some things that may look as if they are not genetic actually are genetic. Because they can just throw that same path and also end up in a relationship with someone and also begin to bear their own children and can just carry on like that.
Okay, so what's God's point? What's his own point of view concerning cohabitation? Seeing that we are living in a generation that doesn't really care anymore, in a generation that doesn't even believe that he has a point of view. So what exactly is God's point of view concerning cohabitation before marriage?
Okay, if you look at the book of the Hebrews, you find out that God made a statement when it comes to marriage. He said, marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled, and fornicators and adulterers go to church. So you find out that marriage is actually the only relationship that God permits any form of cohabitation with. And making it so clear, it shows that anything outside that is fornication and anything outside that is adultery. And then it's just a basic guide. It shows us that we should just throw the part of trusting him, throw the part of being who we are called to be, and enjoying belonging to him. And he will definitely be the one to hand us over to someone that we can spend the rest of our life with. And then there are some people that have the proposition that there's nothing wrong as far as it's someone I know, we can eventually end up together and everything. But then you find out that in the book of 2 Corinthians 8:9, you see that Paul, when in Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he was saying something. He said, let our liberty not be a stumbling block to those who are weak. So you find that even in the Christian race, even if we are Christians and we feel that there's nothing wrong with it, our actions with people that are weak and people with the conscience that they cannot really embrace that their conscience, they may be led astray.
Okay.
If you can handle it and someone else cannot handle it, it's better we just leave it the way it is. So we should flee every appearance of evil also. Flee every appearance of evil, and we should not let our actions be a stumbling block to our other brothers.
Okay.
Make it on my own, but I failed woefully. When life's troubles weighed me down, I walked around with a frown. I tried doing psychotherapy.
Fat E on the beat. Lift him high, lift Jesus high, for he is good, he reigned on high. Lift him high, lift Jesus high, for he is good, he reigned on high. I lift your name
All right. So, what exactly do you advise somebody who is now living with someone he's not married to or she's not married to, but is sort of late? Because maybe they have gone so deep and the fear of coming out. Okay, if I come out, everybody knows that I've stayed with this person for so long. Who will marry me next? So, what exactly would you tell someone who wants to come out but doesn't know how to come out of it?
I think, first of all, it's better late than never, because wrong things must be set right in order for the eventual thing to be right. So, someone that is already in a relationship, I would just advise you to take charge of that relationship. In the sense that you may have spent 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or even 8 years with that person. You can just decide to ask where this relationship is headed. If you don't want to marry me, then let me just go. Some things are tough, but it's better to face heartbreak now than to face it in the future. That's just the basic truth. So I advise someone that is already in something to just take charge of the air and re-strategize. Just re-strategize. It's harder now, but you reap the fruits later.
Okay. All right, so what's your final word to people who maybe have this idea that there's nothing wrong with it, and they have this idea that maybe when they grow up, they would go into cohabitation, because so much is trending on social media about it being normal. So what exactly would be your advice to the youth who is growing up in a world like this? What would you tell him or her to do concerning cohabitation?
I would say that you should be intentional with the things that happen to you. Most youths have a lackadaisical mindset towards the things around them. If we allow ourselves to uphold our virtues, we allow ourselves to ground ourselves in the Word of God. The Word is just cultivate your principles. Let them guide you. Drown yourself in the love of God, and that love of God will lead you right. It can never lead you to the wrong path. A part of the Bible says, commit your ways to the Lord, in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. There is no way you will start now to commit everything that has to do with you to the Lord and someone else will direct your paths. He will definitely direct you, and there is no way He will direct you wrongly. He will direct you to the right place.
All right. Thank you so much. As in, this has been an expository topic and session with you, and I'm really grateful to have you on the show, and thank you so much for coming. All right, you have heard it, viewer. Cohabitation before marriage, from God's point of view, is simply fornication, and there is no painting it white or black. The truth of the matter is, if you drown yourself in the love of God, as Miss Hilda has said, you will be led to the right person, and the right person will take the right step and put that ring on your finger. It's not about testing the waters, because there is this saying, a man is not in a hurry to buy what he can borrow. And if he can borrow you right now, he won't buy you anytime soon. So, ladies, men, please obey the principles of the Word of God, which is marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. This has been an awesome time with you on Graceland on ABS TV. And until next time, join us for another exciting topic and another episode. My name is Grace Okoli Emmanuel. See you then. Bye.
Know where my wife is.
I became so wretched, so poor, that I couldn't feed 3 square meals. I was old.
Without Christ, you will be in crisis.
I want you to understand that life is not a rehearsal. God is the institutor of marriage.
Catch Graceland with Grace Okoli Emmanuel every Sunday on ABS TV channel 24 or Star Times Channel 113. Graceland, giving you a reason for living.